Putting on a wig for the very first time can be a little bit daunting. It can be very scary and it can be a little bit terrifying. So I'm hoping today some of the things that I share with you will help you guys in your journey. And here are just a few things that I learned along the way. Before we get started, I'm going to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to my channel if you haven't already done so. I'm trying to hit a certain number of subscribers by the end of the year, and I would really appreciate the subscribe. Now, on to the first thing that I think is really perhaps the most important thing, because this involves other people in your life. When you first make the decision to get a wig, it is very, I cannot stress the importance of this enough, to talk to your friends and family about that. Tell them that you're thinking about getting a wig. Tell them how you feel about that and ask for their support. The reason I'm asking you to do that, and that I think that that's a really good idea, is because the first time you go out in public in your new wig, you're going to feel very self-conscious about it. It's really easy to say, oh, I'm not going out, I'm going to wear it around the house, I'm scared, I'm this. That is perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal. Everyone pretty much feels that way. I can't stress to you enough the importance of talking to your friends and family before you ever buy your first wig. Because if you don't, it's going to look shocking to them, because no matter how much your wig looks like your biological hair, it's not your biological hair, and it's going to look different, chances are. I always think of my wigs as being a better version of my biological hair. If my biological hair would do what I wanted to, it would look right like this. This is what it would do. But my biological hair won't do that. So I have to have help with my hair. And it's really important to talk to your friends and family about that. Now, having said that, if you want to post pictures of yourself in your new wig on social media, I want to prepare you. There are going to be people who are not going to like it. It's usually someone that you haven't interacted with in like 5 years, and they're going to make a comment, and they're going to feel perfectly entitled to be nosy into your life. Well, why are you wearing a wig? You don't need a wig. You look better without the wig. Are you bald? I mean, people are rude. And just prepare yourself for that, because you're going to get that. So I can't stress enough to you, you're going to need the support of your family and friends. So talk to them about that. Just say, hey, I'm really thinking about getting a wig. I'm really unhappy with my hair, or I'm going through chemo, or I've been diagnosed with alopecia. I'm going to get a wig. I really need your support. Most of the time, if you have a family support system or a friends network of friends that are supportive, they will be okay with that, because they're not loving you for your hair. They're loving you for what's in here and who you are. On to thing number 2. This, I feel like Dr. Seuss. Thing 2, thing 1 and thing 2. The second thing is, when you first buy that wig, chances are you're going to feel like this is too much hair. If you've been in a situation where your hair is thin, and where you maybe have been diagnosed with something that causes hair loss, your first thought is, I can never wear this out. This is way too much hair. Most wigs come from the manufacturer with way too much hair. So you have to go in with your thinning shears and thin that down, or take it to your stylist and have them do it. If you are not used to wig wearing, and this is your first wig, and you aren't comfortable with doing some things, I would strongly recommend you find a stylist that styles wigs and knows what they're doing, because they can thin out your wig, they can feather it right here around your face, they can trim the bangs, they can cut it in the back, and watch a lot of videos. If the cap is too big, you know how to customize your wig, because that wig's going to need some work. When you first pull it out of the box, out of the package, you're going to have to work on it. I have to work on my cheap wigs. I have to work on my expensive wigs. They all need work, because there's simply too much hair, and that can be very off-putting, and your friends and family are going to be shocked to see that as well, because they're used to seeing you with a thinner version of hair, and they're going to be like, whoa. But that's okay. Once you get used to that, and once you get used to having you know, a little bit thicker of hair, you're going to hopefully love that, because it really in the long run makes me feel good about myself, and I'm very hopeful that it would make you feel good about yourself as well. Okay, thing 3. I don't think Dr. Seuss had 3 things, but anyway, the third thing is wigs are not always comfortable. When you go to try on wigs, and I would highly recommend that you go to a wig shop. If you're really thinking about getting a wig, I would recommend either a beauty supply place or a wig shop. If you have a wig shop next to where you live, that is the perfect thing to do, is go to that wig shop, let the ladies in the shop help you. They will, they can, and you're going to really go away with some really valuable information. But wigs can be a little bit uncomfortable when you first wear them, because remember, you're not used to having anything on your head. You're used to your hair just growing right out of your scalp, and it's going to feel totally, totally different. It feels almost like, I kind of, tell folks, it feels kind of like you've got on a baseball cap. And especially if you've got a heavier density wig, they can be a little heavy. Now, it's okay. All you have to do if you want it thinner is go in and thin the wig out, and it takes out some of the hair, it takes out some of the weight. But if you've got a wig from a good manufacturer where you have to only do like minimal work to it, like, maybe if you have something from Noriko, John Renault, Uniwigs, one of those places, you're not going to have to. I haven't had to thin a single one of my wigs from Uniwigs or that's always something to consider. With your cheaper wigs, they come with a lot of hair. I have had one wig, I have probably cut off as much hair off the wig as there is left in the wig. But at the end of the day, I love that wig after I worked with it, trimmed the bangs, thinned it out, feathered it just a little bit. Looks great. I really like it. So a cheaper wig, you're going to have to probably mess with just a little bit more. The last thing that I want to talk with you about, thing 4, is cheap wigs versus expensive wigs. My recommendation to you would be, if you're just trying wigs for fun and it's not something that you want to commit to wearing every day, I would go on Amazon and I would look and I would find $17, $25, $35 wig, and I'd purchase that. And I would find one as similar to your hair as you possibly can. The reason I'm suggesting doing this first is because you need to get used to the feel of the wig on your head, because it is, like I said, it is quite a difference to have something on your head all the time. Get used to that. It's going to be heavier. It's going to look, it's not going to look quite as good as an expensive wig, but you will have a backup wig for when you get ready to purchase your better wig. And it can always be something, if you don't like it, it can always be something you can learn on. You can watch Godiva's Secret Wigs, learn how to, size the cap of the wig. You can watch all kinds of videos. I actually have a video on how to thin a wig here on my playlist. And you can do all kinds of things with an inexpensive wig that you might be a little bit hesitant to do on a more expensive wig. But cheap wigs are going to be a good little investment because it's a learning experience. The first couple of wigs that I purchased were wigs that I bought off the internet. They were $12 a piece. Now, they actually didn't look half bad, but they were $12 wigs. I actually ended up at some point donating those wigs to the infusion center. I don't have those wigs anymore because I learned kind of what looked good on me and what didn't in my wig journey. So that's something that, that's going to be different for you. Your journey is going to be different than mine was, but I would highly recommend going to buy an inexpensive wig before I purchase a $300 or $400 wig. The reason is because you need to get used to the feel of the wig. You need to get used to wearing the wig, how it feels on your head, how it sits on your head. All that really makes a difference. And that's what I would urge you to do right off the bat. Do that. Get something that's very similar to your hair. When you first purchase an inexpensive wig, try to find one that looks kind of like your hair, unless you're kind of like me and you like pink and blue and green, and that's fine if you want to do that. But if you get something that's really similar to your hair, you can work on it, mess with it, take it to your stylist, do all kinds of things with it. Now, cheap wigs versus expensive wigs. Let's just say a word about that. At the end of the day, you are going to get what you pay for. If you've paid for a $17 wig, you're going to get a $17 wig. But I have a ton of $17 wigs that I love and I enjoy and I wear. They've held up, you know, pretty doggone well. I've washed them, I've worn them out, I've thinned them, I've worked on them. You know, they actually look pretty good after I got through messing with them. So my advice would be, don't invest a lot of money right up front. Don't do it. Do something like that. I order mine from Amazon, but you can order them anywhere online. I wouldn't go any more than $50 on my first wig. Paula Young has some good inexpensive wigs. You could try that. They are, you can just, you know, Google Paula Young wigs, or, you know, I think there may even be some Amazon sellers that sell Paula Young. I really don't know. But I do know you can Google it. I have actually looked at Paula Young wigs. They are, for the price, they're a good solid wig. Now, if you're going to wear a wig every day, let me encourage you. I still think you need to buy an inexpensive wig if this is your first time, and try it out and see what you think. But you really need a better wig. You need a wig that's going to hold up day after day after day to the wearing, the washing, the sweat, the blood, the tears. You're going to need something that's going to hold up really well for that. So once you order a wig, decide on what you want, and you order that wig, you get it here, you style it, you find out you like it, order the second one. That way you've got a backup to wear when you wash your other one, in case it's not dry by the next day for you to wear. And that way you don't have to go around panicking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't have a backup wig. Also know this, because this is a real thing. I can order a John Renault wig, for instance, in whatever color, shade, style. I can order it today. I can go in next month and order that very same thing. There might possibly be differences. It happens. The wig industry is not very highly regulated, and it just happens. And I'm not picking on John Renault. That could happen with any other wig company on the face of the earth. That's happened with my Amazon vendors. I've ordered, I don't know how many of those platinum wigs that I did in my very first wig unboxing, and you know, I've given away a ton of those things, and I think the vendor has changed 2 or 3 times, whoever the manufacturer, and each time I've gotten it in, the wig looked a little bit different. The wig cap and the construction and everything looked a little bit different. So you're going to run into that when you start really wearing wigs, and this is something that you do every day. But I want to encourage you, if you are in a place where you have to wear wigs and you have to wear them every day, the good news is there are thousands, literally probably millions of wigs out there. There is one that is right for you. Wigs have come a long, long way in the last few years, and you make the decision about what you like. You know, the thing is, when you put the wig on your head and you make the decision, I'm going out of the house today in this wig, you rock that wig. Wear it with style, wear it with confidence, wear it with perseverance, and wear it with an attitude of, you know what, I don't care what anybody says to me today, I feel good. At the end of the day, how does the wig make you feel? And that's pretty much just sums it up. But there are just a few things that I hope will help you guys. I know that I wish someone had sat down and talked to me, and all you have to do on YouTube is just, you know, type in the search bar, wearing a wig for the first time, and you can find all kinds of videos. And here is one more that I just felt like I needed to make today. But you guys have a wonderful day. Visit my website, Ninja Life Coaching. When you get an opportunity, check out my storefronts. I've got 2 of them, one Brave Widow, and I've got an Amazon store. I'll drop a link down to everything in the description box. And you guys have a happy, happy New Year. God bless. Maranatha.